Alright, welcome back, one and all. This is the Outer Worlds, and I am sneaking through a restricted area, and for some reason feel the need to shout, or at least say all of this loud, because I am supposed to be in an area where I should be quiet. Sort of the opposite, where most people feel the need to whisper in these circumstances. I am breaking that mold. Ooh, is that dimethyl sulfide canisters I see? Okay, I'm only pretending to read those, I don't really care. Ooh, yeah, okay, just jump. That's a good thing to do while you're being stealthy. Any ammo? Thank you. Sure. Interesting. Okay. Oh, hello there. Hello there, good sir. Don't mind me. Okay, so I guess I've got to sneak past him. Oh, and there's someone there? Oh, jeez, and I have to... And there's a drone right there.
Security
oh, gosh.
Initiated.
Here they come!
Well, look, I tried. Did we kill everyone? Okay, excellent. Okay, well, they can come follow me. Oh, Naoka, what happened? Oh, okay, apparently we're just going for everyone. No, go away. Leave me alone. Okay, I mean, it's helpful that they were all standing together in one spot. Oh, okay. Why? No clue where any of my peeps are. Okay, there's one. Can I just leave? Do I have to kill everyone? Ah, okay. There are people in there. Can I just sneak past? I guess not. Okay, and there's people there, and I don't know whether it's worth just continuing on trying to sneak or if I should just go for it. Is there any ammo around? That would be fantastic. Yeah, none of this is really helpful. Jeez, the music is so tense. Let's go up. What happened? Or was that just the music? It made that sound that gets played when you fail a quest. Oh, jeez. You gotta turn around for me, buddy. Either that or I just sneak straight past him. Oh, jeez, and there's someone else.
Here they come!
Okay, whatever. Oh, yes, got some ammo. Jeez, they all sound like they're having some issues over here. I swear I am trying to sneak. Probably needed to go the other way. Come down this way. Oh, okay, that was easy. No password required. How I like my sealed doors. Huh, interesting. Have a bit of a look around. Don't know why I'm still sneaking. Just feel the need to do it. Watch me get encumbered. Interesting. Oh, also good news. The sound is working again. So I can hear everything that's happening, at least for the moment. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But it's funny, going back and editing some of the videos before this one, it's the first time I'm hearing the conversations completely. Jeez Louise. Oh, did I already kill everyone here? Okay, but I haven't killed everyone here, and we need to get to the other side. Jeez Louise. Nah, bruh, you saw nothing. Did someone see something? What? I'm so confused by what's happening. Who is that? And why are they killing everyone? Actually, I just would really like some heavy ammo. That would be fantastic. I'm so confused by what's happening. I mean, I'm not upset. If someone could just come and kill everyone as I'm walking through these areas, that would be fantastic. Oh, do I have to get into the middle? Excellent, got some heavy ammo. Got a little bit more.
Something's not right. I'm gonna go out.
Switching to garbage disposal mode.
This is trash. Waste of company.
Look, I'm not going to ask too many questions. Oh, I'm encumbered. Oh, jeez, I'm going to have to drop some stuff. But let's hope I can make it before I need to do that. Oh, jeez, that... Okay. Looked like he was on the run there.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Oh, jeez, hold on. Maybe I should just empty some stuff now. How do I drop? Okay, am I still encumbered? Hold on. Yeah, okay, I can't run. Okay. I can run.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
I'm just rooting out corruption, one idiot at a time.
Idiot! I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Off.
Whoa now. There's no call for hostility.
No call for... You unbelievable... Sophia should be the one wasting her time with you, but you killed her. I'll have you hanged, quartered, bankrupted. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself.
Oh, of course. How long until you're done?
Is that sarcasm? Do you know what I do to people who employ the lowest, most base form of humor? I fire them. Alas, as you are woefully unemployed, I'll have to do the next best thing and have you killed. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull, it was fucking expensive.
I'm sure we can talk about this, Rockwell. Let's work something out.
Absolutely not. Akande was always the sociable one, not me. Need I repeat the magic 2 words?
Well then, I'm on my way. Prepare your head for a bashing. Okay, so I spoke too soon about the sound working. I could not hear that conversation. I look forward to hearing it when I edit this. Oh no! Dang it. Okay, I guess we just go through the front door. Holy guacamole. Give me a second. That guy has a shield. Can I miniaturize him? Wait, whoa! Stop jumping. Attack him, go, come on. Oh gosh, hello buddy. What else do I have? I have a plasma launcher. Maybe we can give that a go, because I feel like the shotgun's going to do squat all. I need to somehow get behind him. Oh my gosh. Yes! Watch me single-handedly take everyone out. Jeez, that was, pretty crazy. But also pretty straightforward. As long as I didn't die. Just kept hitting them with this thing. I'm sure there's some kind of, like, I don't know, combat tactics that I'm just missing out on, but whatever, Strauss. Gonna switch my guns back. Can I have my shotgun? Thank you. So hold on, what do I have ammo for? I don't have any ammo for the assault rifle. Wonder if I should just equip a pistol and just go crazy. We'll see how that goes. Ah, cute! Look at this nice little place.
Seems like I need to sit Halcyon.
Oh, okay. That was easy. What did that do? What? How do I... What? Am I oh, okay.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man? You are absolutely out of your mind. and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Do you have any idea how much trouble I went through to save you?
What? Break into the most heavily guarded facility in the most hostile world in Halcyon? No, I have absolutely no idea how you did it. You're a goddamn miracle worker. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. We'd best get started.
Yes, you're right. The road is long, and we haven't a moment to waste. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists.
I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. But I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together, somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. The revival project was hard and painful work. But in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Okay, so I wasn't actually sure if that was leading towards the end or if it was going to be a second act until obviously the ending there. I figured it would go either way. And I have to say, and I don't mean this as a negative, but this was a very simple game in the sense that, the characters were pretty straightforward. They all had their stories. There was the main quest, main story, which, wasn't super complicated. But it was still enjoyable, and I could definitely sort of see everything unfolding as it was unfolding. Though, my confusion as to whether to go with the board or Phineas was definitely true confusion until sort of progressing through the game. And I'm glad I went with Phineas, though I would be super keen to see what would happen if I sided with the board. And in all honesty, I do feel like this is a game I would go back and play just to do the different options, because it's not complicated. It's not Mass Effect length game where you have to invest so many hours and all the different choices. It's a lot more simple, it's a lot more straightforward, but needless to say, it's still interesting, and I found it engaging enough. Not the most complicated story in the world, not the most complicated characters in the world. Gameplay was pretty straightforward. I love space. I love sci-fi, so I think that was the biggest draw card for me. And to be honest, there are still aspects of the game that I didn't really fully figure out or invest in. So again, maybe it would be worth going back and figuring out all of those different details and just seeing how that affected the gameplay. But I definitely enjoyed it. I would maybe give it a 6 out of 10. Sort of wasn't necessarily the most amazing game in the world, but it wasn't terrible either. It sort of just towed that middle line, but enough for it to be rather enjoyable for what it was. And I loved the humor. I loved the environments and the setting, and just so much about it I actually really enjoyed. And the fact, again, it was in space and it was sci-fi, huge draw card for me. So yeah, enjoyable game. Definitely would recommend at least playing it once through if this is your style of game. If anyone has played it and sided with the board, please comment, let me know what happens. I don't mind spoilers at all. But aside from that, Thank you all for watching, whoever has watched one or all of these videos. I really appreciate it. And on that note, I shall see you in the next game. Bye!